here in the studio. Dr. Teo, welcome. Beck, welcome.
Yeah.
We'll start with you, Dr. Teo. Why is it that brain cancer doesn't receive as much funding and research as perhaps other cancers?
Well, it's probably multifactorial, but I think probably the most important thing is that people die. Everyone dies. Most other cancers, they have survivors that can go on to be ambassadors, spread the word, get funding, raise awareness, but unfortunately everyone with brain cancer dies.
So if we did have more support and funding, could we better handle brain cancer? Would the statistics improve in regards
absolutely.
to survival rates?
Yeah. No, there's a very good working template, and that's leukemia. When I was a medical student, we were taught that about 90% of kids with leukemia would die, 10% would survive, and now it's exactly the opposite. And that's through research, awareness, money, funding, and you will find answers. So if we had the funding, we would absolutely find answers to brain cancer.
Beck, you have a very personal connection not only to the cancer but also to Dr. Teo herself, don't you?
Yeah. Charlie Teo operated twice on my dad, back in 2009 and then 2010. Dad passed away 3 years ago, or only 2.5 years ago now, in 2011, which is how I got involved, as Dad really believed in the work of the Cure for Life Foundation.
And in the years after that, you've made it your passion to make sure awareness and fundraising was really important to that cause, haven't you?
Yeah, very much so. When Dad wasn't well, he really became involved in Charlie Teo's work, but also taught me that if we get out and share our story, that people do the same, and the support that's come on board from that has been amazing.
It is amazing. It's also because you've been through something so tragic, to be brave enough to come on television and also encourage others to tell their stories as well. Is that still quite raw for you?
Yeah, very much so. Brings up a lot, but it's also quite moving, the amount of people that I've met and spoken to, and the amount of people just in this community who have come out since I've got out there and spoken about brain cancer.
Shared your story.
Yeah.
Dr. Teo, tell us about this weekend. You're doing something really wonderful.
So the Walk for Life phenomenon started a few years ago. It was only one walk in Sydney at Centennial Park, and now we've sort of spread it out across the nation. So Beck has organised her own special Walk for Life this Sunday, starting at I think 10 o'clock, Beck.
Yep.
And it's been really well supported by the Northern Beaches community. It's just been amazing. We get several hundred at our walk, and they almost, I think, no, you beat us almost every year. There's walks also in other states. I think Western Australia, Perth is having a walk as well. But Beck's walk this week is going to be supported by some players from the Waratahs and the Manly Seagulls and Ben and Jerry's, and it's a great day. It's a great community day, and it's all for a very good cause.
Dr. Teo, you mentioned earlier that there is hope and there can be, major steps forward in the fight against brain cancer. Is it possible through greater research and support that we can find a cure for brain cancer?
Yeah, look, the Cure for Life Foundation have been a bit frustrated with how slowly the whole system works. They say it takes about $50 billion and 50 years to find a cure for any sort of disease.
Gosh.
And, too many people are going to die in the meantime. It kills more children than leukemia, kills more young women under the age of 39 than breast cancer. It's a major killer, ranks #1 in PYLs, or person years lost, which means that it has a huge impact on our society. And like James said, despite those figures, it's the least funded of all cancers. And it's mainly because of lack of awareness. I think if people understood the statistics, they would get out there and sort of raise money for us and put effort into it, and we will find a cure.
You don't realise it until it personally affects you, but that's why we need to talk about it and get all the support we possibly can achieve.
And we thank you very much for having this, because it shows like this that we'll get the word out to people, and hopefully they'll come and support Beck and the Cure for Life Foundation this Sunday.
Absolutely, and all the details on that for Sunday are on our website, so go there if you want to know any more information.